guys, so we're both seeing this kind of for the first time. In a way. I
Password?
recorded this a
Bloodshot.
week ago, and then I got sick, and I couldn't do the voiceover for it. So I totally forgot what I did in this episode, aside from go to the smuggler guy, where he was hiding out. If you remember in the last episode, he wouldn't let us in. We did get the password from that hooker chick, and so I walked up to the door and gave them the bloodshot password. Because we have more dark rooms now. And graffiti. I don't know if I paused like on the graffiti at all so we could try to read it maybe. I doubt it. It would have been interesting to see what it was exactly. And I was testing the elevator to make sure I wouldn't push a switch on it and get blown up or something. Because this game seems to like to do that sort of stuff.
Our files show that the smuggler is whacked out paranoid. Watch for booby traps. And the latest news? Your brother's team hit some resistance, so they're gonna be delayed while we bring in chopper support.
Honestly, the smuggler is not whacked out paranoid. As far as this world goes, he's quite sane. I would probably hide out in some kind of dark place full of booby traps and guns too. Man, I just love the music in this game. It's friggin' awesome. I hope there's a soundtrack for Deus Ex somewhere. Like you can just maybe download it, or hell, I'd buy it because it's great. Maybe there's a sound test. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, so we just activate this thing. I was kind of staring at it like a moron. I'm surprised I didn't hit it with the stick. But the trap is deactivated now, and you can just walk through. Now here we have the smuggler over here. He's a nice enough guy, really. What do you have for me, smuggler? Butt smuggler. I think I made that joke already, didn't I?
What do you want?
Why the booby traps? Afraid of something?
Just precautions.
Against what?
Government's been having some kind of crackdown all year. People I know, they've been disappearing.
Is that so?
Think it's a big joke? Lift up a grate in the street. They got my friend Ford Schick in a secret lab next to the sewers.
A lab? In the sewers? Maybe he was taken hostage by the NSF.
These guys are pros. Definitely government funded.
Interesting. Maybe I'll take a look. But I think you should have a little more regard for the United States government.
If you're serious about going down there and finding Ford, I'll give you a deal on some hardware. Also, you'll need this. It's the key that can open the sewer manholes.
Tell me about the hardware.
I have a scope that will fit most handguns and rifles for 2,200
Oh my
pounds.
god,
A
that lip
bioelectric cell for
syncing.
800, and some light amplification
so
goggles for
bad.
3,500.
Oh my god. So I didn't buy anything from him because none of that shit was good, really. I don't know, maybe I should have
How about
bought
you
the
give me the
scope.
bioelectric cell for
I don't
$750?
remember if it was like a night scope or not. Oh, I bought it by yourself. Well, call me a liar. But yeah, if it was a night scope, I probably would have taken it because maybe I could have fucking seen something. It'd be nice to be able to see things. There's really not much else in his house. Of course, he's like everyone else in this game. He wears a black trench coat. because we were just coming out of the Matrix era. You had to have your black trench coat back then. Now, I might as well recap for everyone who might be just getting into this, or they might not remember what happened in the previous episode. This game is a little bit obtuse. So I try to bash the mirror. So, it starts out with two guys are talking. They're in DC, I guess. They have this plot going to basically take over the country and possibly the world by spreading around this disease and controlling the distribution of the vaccine for it. So that's what they're doing. Usual evil bad guy plot. Our friend JC Denton here works for UNATCO, which I guess are the good guys. They seem to be benevolent enough so far. And he's called to respond to a terrorist attack on the Statue of Liberty. The second terrorist attack to take place. And he finds out that the terrorists, the NSF guys, are stealing vaccine for this disease to give to poor people. They kind of sound like good guys, but they, pretty clumsy, and they end up doing bad things and killing people and stuff. So they're not all that great, I guess. At any rate, he tracks down their commander. The commander says, "Oh, we took the vaccine over to Hell's Kitchen." And then I try to shotgun this door down and it doesn't work. So, yeah, then JC goes over to Hell's Kitchen, and they start shooting up Hell's Kitchen. I guess to presumably put an end to the NSF and get the vaccine. Which basically leaves us where we are now. I just really kind of screwed around here in the last episode. And we're picking that lock. You really can't see anything, my god. So yeah, I guess that was an alternate entrance into that guy's house. Yeah, so there's really not much in here. Alright, so we're on our way to the Ton Hotel. Or is it Ton Hotel? I can't really say for sure because the game pronounces it both ways. I would hazard a guess that it's probably Ton. And I'm going to go with that because it's easier.
What's your business here, Agent?
Just going up to my brother's room.
You better hold off. The NSF retreated in there about half an hour ago, and they've taken hostages. We're waiting on a specialist.
I'm your specialist. Just tell me where the hostages are being held.
No one's standing in your way, but you'll have to go in alone. Our orders are to hold the perimeter. We think the terrorists are on the second floor.
Carry on, Corporal.
Agent?
I'm your specialist. Oh, I guess it is possibly Ton, because if you look at the name up there,
Don't
it's
take any
partially
unnecessary risks.
obscured because the lights are out, and I think that says Hilton. So I guess Hilton, it sort of makes sense now. I can see why they would call it that. Of course, that means the voice actors who were calling it the Ton Hotel were just kind of reading their script. And no one really caught that. Of course, there we have a Roomba.
Quiet. I think we got cops.
So we're going to kill more incompetent NSF soldiers. Now you guys missed this because I cut it out because it was part of a very long, boring bit of me wandering around not knowing what to do or where I was going.
All right, Mr. Renton.
Fine, be
Oh.
careful though. They've got more hostages up on the second floor.
I'll check it out.
These guys
By
are
the way, I
waiting
saw your daughter
politely
down the
behind
street.
us, not shooting.
She didn't look so good.
Would have been nice if they
Sandra?
did that when I was using the ATM.
Was she coming back to the hotel?
I ran off a thug who was harassing her, but she's still mixed up in some pretty nasty business. You better talk to her.
No, no more talking. If you see her, tell her I don't care what she's been doing. She can come home. No questions, no speeches.
I'll tell her she can trust you.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, so this is complete chaos. So as I was saying about the NSF before I was so rudely interrupted, they are actually the Northwest Secessionist Forces. That might have been their old name actually, but you kind of find that out when you're walking around here and you go into a medical clinic. There's two old guys talking, and they mention their real name. So, interesting little bit of trivia there. Trivia. It's a new word I invented. And you can go up the elevator shaft here and find a few things. Hopefully you won't fall down like I did. We'll get to that part though. First I have to find the ladder so I can fall off of it. Here we go. Oh, well that wasn't that bad actually. I thought I fell further. Oddly enough, you can't like pry these doors or anything. I think I tried to leap of faith this, and it went very badly. Or no, I didn't. Wow. Now, if this were Daggerfall, we'd be screwed. Fortunately, it isn't. I'm gonna have to do that game someday. I've been putting it off. Oh, there we go. I fell then. Yeah, I've certainly been putting Daggerfall off. Years ago I did, what was it, Arena? The first Elder Scrolls game. And I did the, one of my most popular things actually was the new player's guide for that. So I feel like I have to do one of those for Daggerfall and potentially Morrowind and Oblivion, which those are two games I would be very happy to do. Daggerfall is a good game actually. I really like it, but it's very buggy. So I've been playing it off. So we saved these people finally. Now they're the more classy citizens because they can afford whole shirts.
Thanks for taking care of those guys. You from the police?
You from the police?
Yeah? Well, you might be interested. I heard them talking. They said something about how they had just put in a generator in a warehouse a few streets south of here.
Did you catch the name of the street?
No, but they were talking about their security setup.
Anything interesting?
It sounded like there was underground access. They're using the word righteous as some kind of password.
That's very helpful. Thanks.
Okay, so maybe we can approach their base via some kind of underground tunnel. The smuggler mentioned something about an underground lab. Maybe there's a connection. I tried to go via the rooftops.
Thought I was a
That
goner.
went very badly. So we'll take a look for this. I wonder what those gunshots were. That was kind of crazy. We'll take a look around in the next episode for the underground base. There has to be like a manhole or something that leads to that. There's not a whole lot after this, really. I kind of look around. I find Paul's room, and I might just leave me exploring Paul's room at the end of the episode here and just let you guys watch that, because I've been sitting through a very long episode of this right now. edited down, it's kind of short, but I really kind of had to wander a lot and find my way. So I think I'm going to sign off here. So thank you so much for watching, guys. In the next episode, we'll hopefully be finishing up this area here. So until next time, good luck and happy gaming.
You just about saved my life.
Trying to catch my breath. You saved my life.
I'm gonna wait here till things settle down. You just about saved my life.
You saved my life.
There were a couple of NSF on the second floor. I took care of the situation.
What about the hostages?
Doing fine. You guys can relax.
Guess we didn't need that specialist after all.